Roblox Premium has been released in some areas to some people, and I've got every answer for you guys when it comes to UGC, the user-generated content here in Roblox, so stick around if you want the answers. What is up, guys, and welcome back to DeeterPlays. So we talked about some of these things yesterday, and a bunch has changed just since yesterday with this Roblox Premium and the UGC. So we're going to start here talking about Roblox Premium. It looks like a lot of people at this point have actually got Roblox Premium in the UK. So certain areas of the UK are kind of the only people that I've heard of so far that have it. This person right here, someone on my friends list, one of our viewers, shout out to developer Leah. She has the Premium, and she's in the UK as well. I also went through and I looked through some of the accounts of people that I have on my friends list, some people that are in the UK, some people that are in the US. Like for instance, Better Crime over here is in the US, I believe, and has regular BC. So still, some people still just have the regular BC next to their name, so it's not a full out rollout all happening at the same time. We've got Alvin Blocks over here. He has that awesome like Ice Commando and the video creator hat. He's got some pretty cool items, but if we take a look at what he's got OBC, and he is also in Europe, but he's not in the UK. So it's not like people just all over Europe. It sounds like so far it's just been some people in the UK. So Boo Breezy, though, I believe is from the UK. So if we click on him, look, officially recognized as the biggest with the Premium. So yeah, it looks like he's got it, and developer Leah, some other people in the UK have already gotten it. They got the same message that we showed you yesterday. This is kind of a blurrier version, but this is the screenshot that our friend developer Leah sent to me. It's the exact same look, it's just a different currency, basically, is what it shows. And all of this is basically the same stuff that we were able to see. So this is confirming everything that we saw yesterday. It's been released here August 16th for these people in the UK, and I'm sure really soon all of ours are going to switch over to Premium. So if you guys are wondering what Premium is exactly, they're just basically changing the name of BC. Now it looks like whether it's BC or OBC or TBC, they are all going to have the same little emblem next to them. So instead of kind of determining it's one or the other, then everyone's going to sort of have that same thing next to them. So it's Premium or non-Premium, but then there's 3 levels of the Premium. You've got the one that's $5 a month, and that gives you 450 Robux a month. So basically what you're doing is you're paying for the membership, but instead of getting a daily stipend of the amount of Robux that you would normally get, you're just getting it all in one lump sum. And the amount of Robux that you get as a bonus when you're purchasing Robux and having Premium isn't as much as it was when it was BC. But then you can sell items as well, and you can make items, make your own little creations, and I think this is probably going to be latched on to the UGC thing, and we're going to talk about that here more and answer a bunch of the questions with that. So also you can trade. So that's the thing, is it's basically changing the name of it, and you get a lump sum of your Robux all at once instead of every day. Plus you're going to have this cool little thing next to you. But in this one, you can see it's kind of mixed up in this server. We've got one with BC, one with TBC. I've got the Star program one, and then we've got the Premium in here. So it's going to be a little bit different for a while until they get this all changed up, but it's kind of a cool emblem, and I actually really like it. All right, now on to UGC, user-generated content. I made a video yesterday to let you guys know that some of this stuff came out, but there's some new information that has come out based on this. So we're going to kind of read through this, and then we are going to talk about it a little bit as well. So it says we just completed our live test of the UGC catalog. We are now enabling everyone on Roblox to view and buy items. So that doesn't mean that you can upload items yet. Just kind of pay attention to this. The UGC catalog will enable creators to publish and sell their own hats and other accessories to others. So, and other accessories, that's cool. That lets us know that it's not just hats. Right now it seems like they've only uploaded hats. We're going to talk about how to do that and stuff here in a minute as well. Initially only a selected few developers were able to do that. So there was just the 7 that we listed yesterday and we showed. So this group is going to give feedback. So they're kind of like the first test group. They're going to let the Roblox know how this whole thing worked out for them, and they're going to make any changes if necessary before they release it to the broader group. So their initial group consists of a small number of developers, so Beism, Aotro, like some of these awesome people that we know really well. that have been in the platform for a really long time. Then they're going to be expanding this incrementally in the future. So there's some questions down below that we're going to go over, and then as they move the platform to be increasingly driven by content created by the developer community, they seek to empower you to shape Roblox to be the experience you want it to be. So that's pretty cool. It sounds like it's going to open up quite a bit, but something tells me you're going to have to need some sort of verification, and they're going to have to approve your hats as well. But one question is, when will new waves of developers be given access in this future? How are the developers chosen? They said they will be adding more developers in small waves throughout the rest of this year and next year. For the initial group, they chose developers who they've worked with in the past and have experience with 3D modeling. So that's what it comes down to, is the ability to do 3D modeling. Just because we can upload doesn't mean we know how to make that stuff. It's like anybody can make a game on Roblox, but the question is, like, do you have the skills to make the game? For future, we'll be given access in an ongoing discussion. So they're going to kind of figure this out as they go along a little bit too. Does selling accessories in the UGC catalog work the same way as selling other assets? For example, developer gets a cut of the profit. For UGC accessories like t-shirts, UGC shirts, pants, the creators will earn a cut. A lot of the pieces of the program, like the fees Roblox takes on these items, will be adjusted over time. So the fees might be changing as well. We will be testing different revenue sharing models and get the right balance we want for this program to be sustainable and beneficial for creators and players. So that is great. So it's still kind of really early in that part of the program. How does Roblox ensure that nobody just re-uploads assets from the Roblox catalog? So that's the thing, is some people are worried, like, what about clones? So I'm pretty sure they're going to make sure that there's going to be no clones, there's going to be no Dominuses, there's going to be no Dominoes, there's going to be no Valkyries. So they're saying this is a hard problem to solve, and we're still working on a solution that works at a large scale. This is part of the reason that UGC Catalog Creator is currently a small group and hard to get into. So they've learned that the shirts and the pants are being very difficult and thoughtful about these UGC asset types, because the shirts and the pants, those are copied like crazy, and they don't seem to moderate it or stop it that much. So they want to make sure that these items don't get like out of control in the same sort of way. So asset copying between our creators is protected against the program policy. So there's no copying games. So I don't know, for some reason t-shirts and pants kind of got away from them, and there's probably no going back in that approval process. So will these assets go through moderation in the same ways as other assets? Yep, we are also improving our moderation tools as the UGC catalog expands. So I'm thinking, you know, even copied shirts and pants, that might be a thing of the past as well. You know, they're going to be checking out everything just a little bit more closely. So I think that is a good thing. Also, sometimes people get banned for things that are just, I don't know, maybe automatically recognized as something when necessarily it's not. So who knows, maybe that will prevent false bans. Let's see, does Roblox plan to allow developers to sell UGC accessories as limited and limited unique items, and will Roblox stop making new limited items? This is a good question. For now, creators cannot release limiteds. Okay, so limited unique or resellable UGC items. Okay, so this is something that we hope to open up in the UGC catalog, becomes available for more creators. Roblox will keep making limited items. So this is a pretty important statement here. It says Roblox will keep making limited items. It said for a long time we were kind of wondering if that was even going to be the case, but yeah, it sounds like we're going to get that. So we're currently working on fixes in response to issues seen earlier this year, which is why you haven't seen new limiteds lately. Okay, so this is like this is kind of a good little tidbit here, is that they have not given up on limiteds, and this is why we haven't seen them for a while. So what asset types will be available in the UGC catalog and when? At this time, we will start with the hat accessories, obviously, so that's what we've already seen, just some hat accessories, and incrementally start adding support for others going forward. So that's awesome. Maybe wings, shoulder things. This is great. This is great news. So this is good information here. Will the developers need to be Builders Club members to upload the catalog? Obviously, it's going to be premium, but currently there's not a requirement for uploading since we have such a limited set of creators. But I can pretty much guarantee you, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, just guessing, that these ones that are uploading, they have at least BC. I don't know. What are the price floors and ceilings for these items, and will they differ by asset type? So the floor and ceilings for these prices are subject to change depending on the first run of developers. Okay, so during this first run, they're looking at the right numbers to stick with. So maybe that's why they recommended that some devs, you know, have different costs for their stuff. So their initial floors and ceilings are based on price ranges that they tend to use and what are most successful. So currently the hat floor is 120 Robux. So if you see it priced at 120 Robux, that means that that developer priced it at the lowest price that they could. Any higher, and then, you know, they're going higher. I'm not sure if there's a ceiling. Other accessory types may have different floors and ceilings when enabled. Yeah, because like the wings tend to be priced around 1,000 or more. So those ones would probably be more expensive. Will groups be able to upload the UGC catalog? Long term, they want to allow groups to be able to upload the same way we can right now with shirts and stuff to get group funds. They're a very popular way to sell the shirts and the pants, so they want to be able to enable that as well. So that is pretty much a yes, but they probably don't know when. How will we know if we got picked to be part of the program? They're going to have much more clear process available in the future with regards to that stuff and getting into the program. So stay tuned for more information on that as well. What can developers do to bring attention to their UGC items when the catalog comes more open and available to more creators? They are going to create a new category. Cool, so there's going to be a new category in the catalog that highlights new UGC items, so community created items. So as they expand the program, they're going to be discussing what other methods of advertisements will work and what will make sense. So it looks like they're on the side of the developers and trying to sell these things and have this be very successful and mutually beneficial for everybody. Last question here, I think, is, let's see, will there be a way to reward players in-game with UGC items? See, that is one question that I want to know, because this links to maybe being linked to live ops and events. So it says, we definitely want to allow rewarding UGCs in-game in the future. So this is good. This has been an important part of events as long as they've been around, and we want to empower developers to make some awesome games and events with prizes. Look at that! Guys, I've been talking about this, and I think this is a great thing. Ever since the events went away, I'm like, then let us make our own stuff and upload it to the catalog so that we can have these as prizes. You know, we can do all the work. So this is good. Since UGC items cannot currently be free, they're working on the best way to enable rewarding them as prizes. Additionally, the catalog items can currently be sold through the games, just as Roblox-owned catalog items can. So they can be sold in the games, but right now they can't be given in the games because they do have a set price. But you know how we've got all this stuff here in Roblox. We've got these events each week. We've got the live ops, and I'm just saying, maybe allow these games with live ops events going on to upload something that can be available during that week that their game is on this little events calendar. Of course, in the video yesterday, most of you guys were wondering, how do I make and upload items onto the catalog? So you're gonna have to be able to know how to do modeling. Like, you're gonna have to use the Roblox Studio and parts from you use like little sheets and different parts. Right here you get these parts, and you can use a sphere and you can try to manipulate that in a way by cutting pieces out or doing whatever and try to turn it into a hat. Maybe color it and texturize it, take it into Blender. I don't really know exactly how to do all of that stuff, but there's some talk over here, like on Beism's Twitter. She kind of went over a little bit. She was like, thank you so much everybody for your feedback. Everybody's been so like awesome about this whole thing. And my buddy FileSaved over here, shout out to FileSaved. This is kind of like a UV for a mesh, so he's got a bunch of different parts, and then you build the different parts and then you put them together to try to construct a 3D model of what you want. And then I think you can do all sorts of coloring and lighting changes and things in Blender, and then there's some way to render it. I'm not sure exactly the full process, but that is something that you're gonna have to ask somebody who is very skilled at this, such as Beism. So guys, also let's get a little bonus hashtag Beism for YouTube here in the comments. We need Beism to create a YouTube channel. I've been telling her for a while that she should, and maybe you guys can help me encourage her to do that and teach us how to make some of these awesome models. Anyways, that's what we need, guys. We need an Alvin Blocks of the modeling side here in YouTube. Anyways, I hope this has been useful information for you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll talk to you guys later.